Alright, welcome back to the Ocarina of Time walkthrough, and you may notice immediately that this video is sped up, and most of this video is actually going to be like that because this video has an awful lot to cover. So this time I am going to be showing you the rest of the magic beans as well as the soft soil spots. So I'm going to be planting the rest of the magic beans today, or well, almost the rest of them, because there are two of them actually that I cannot plant yet. So right now, a good thing to start off would be to go and grind for rupees, and I'll show you how to do that. And I also wanted to show you this. If you actually hold down Z and then walk backwards, it is actually a faster way of traveling than while, you know, just walking forward while pressing down the A button to do rolls. Okay, so I showed this off previously, that you can climb up these chains right here to the bridge of Hyrule Castle and then jump off the sides of them. And then you can get 3 red rupees, 2 on the top of each side and then 1 in the middle. And they reset every time you re-enter Hyrule Field, which is pretty nice. So that is what I'm going to be doing for my rupee grinding. But I also showed off, you know, that one, I guess, I don't know, is it a house? I think so. But that one house that's just to the right once you immediately come in here. Yeah, this building right here. And if you remember, I got my 4th Golden Skulltula token in the box in the corner right there up against the wall. But that was a long time ago. Anyway, this is a pretty good way to grind rupees. There are many others. You could also play at the Bombchu bowling alley minigame and I guess win purple rupees, but now that I think about it, that's not very efficient because you have to pay to get in there. And it's 30 rupees per game, so it's kind of pricey. Not exactly what I would call cheap, but, you know, win some, you lose some, I suppose. This is just the best rupee grinding strategy in this game that I know of. There are probably way better ones that I'm not aware of, but as far as I know, this is the best one. Okay, and I just wanted to reset the daylight cycle just so that the drawbridge would be closed. And interestingly enough, even though it will be daytime, the bridge will not open again until it finishes closing. So it has to finish closing before it can open. Anyway, these Stal children here gave me very warm welcome to the night that didn't last all of 2 seconds. I wonder what the people on the other side of the world think of this. They're probably going crazy right now. How is no one else reacting to this? I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and grind for your rupees until your wallet is full or close to full. So I basically just skipped over until that happened. I just kept entering or exiting and re-entering Hyrule Field. Okay, so now that I have 496 rupees, I'm 4 away from having a full wallet, because if you remember previously, I got 30 Golden Skulltula tokens, and the reward for that is the the Giant's wallet, which holds 500, and that is the biggest wallet upgrade in the game. There are no more wallet upgrades after that. Okay, so go ahead and make your way over here to Zora's River, and then you can cut some grass for any extra rupees that you missed. So now my wallet is full, it says 500, and I wanted to equip the magic beans just so that you could see how many I had. So, funnily enough, I actually did not have enough money to buy the 9 magic beans left that I haven't previously purchased. So, the way that magic beans work in this game, the first one you buy is 10 rupees, and then the next one you buy is 20 rupees, and then so on and so forth until he gets to 100. So he raises the price by 10 rupees for every purchase, which is quite annoying, and I guess inflation rates are a lot faster in this game than they are in real life, but no. So the actual proper amount of rupees you need to have to be able to purchase all of them at once is 550. However, though, that's not possible for me because I have the Giant's wallet, the biggest wallet upgrade in the game, cannot even carry 550 rupees. That's kind of sad. Okay, once you're done with that, go ahead and equip an empty bottle to any one of your C slots, as well as keep the magic beans equipped. And now our destination is Kokiri Forest, and more specifically the Lost Woods, because there's also another thing about those soft soil spots. If you remember, whenever I first talked to the, you know, I guess the father of all those cursed children who were cursed into the spiders, he also says something about the Golden Skulltulas, that they love to hide and hang out in soft soil spots. And so that is exactly what we have to do. Now, the first soft soil spot that we planted the magic bean in Zora's River actually does not have a Golden Skulltula in it, and that is the only one. So All of the others, you need a bottle of bugs to actually collect the Golden Skulltulas, and I'm going to show that off right now. So, a very good place to get bugs is the Lost Woods. It is usually my go-to place, but you can also go into secret grottos underground. You can also go to the graveyard, and I don't know, I guess wherever else you can find bugs. But this right here is always my go-to spot whenever I need bugs. So go ahead and cut this grass, and then you can grab a bug in a bottle, or two, I guess, if you want. A couple of my bottles are occupied right now. I think I have a fairy in one of them, just to show it off. I could probably get rid of that, though, because, I mean, I'm pretty good at this game. I don't necessarily need it. Okay, so, that aside, let me show you now how to get Golden Skulltulas from soft soil spots. So, there are quite a lot of them in this video that I'm going to get. So, you've probably been able to interact with these soil spots, and the game just tells you, or I guess it's Navi, I don't know, telling you that there's a small amount of soft soil here. So, go ahead and recatch your bug in the bottle. And to all of you out there who are playing on the Nintendo 3DS version, I'm very sorry, but this trick does not work. You're going to have to like go to a designated spot to get bugs again every single time. That's why I much rather prefer the Nintendo 64 or GameCube or console version, whatever version I'm playing. I first played this on the Wii's Virtual Console, so you know, that's very nostalgic to me. Anyway, there's one more soil spot here in the Lost Woods. You may have come across a different room if you're poking around in here, I don't know. And I also wanted to mention that the description of this video, or the description of my walkthroughs usually, I leave a summary of what I do in this video. But for this video, it's going to be a little different. I'm just going to state the collectibles, because if I were literally to explain everything, I probably would exceed the character limit, and I feel like I'm typing an essay, and I'm on Thanksgiving break now. Come on, I don't want to feel like I'm in school. My fingers are tired. Anyway, go ahead and, I guess, distract these two business scrubs here. I think they sell stuff like Deku Sticks, Deku Nuts, none of which I can carry right now, so I didn't buy them. Oh yeah, and I accidentally used the magic bean instead of swinging them up again. And it's very funny at that angle, because it, to me, it just kind of looks like Link is pooping in the soil spot hole. I don't know, it's just what it looks like to me. But there's your Golden Skulltula right there, and although it's not obvious what the purpose of these magic beans are, that will come across in the future. We will discover that in the future, but for now, just go ahead and plant them and collect the Golden Skulltulas from them. Alright, I accidentally forgot to swipe up the bugs again with my bottle, so I just went ahead and, you know, got more. Again, Lost Woods is always my designated spot for collecting bugs. I don't know, in a forest, little critters like that are sure to be common. Okay, now it is finally time to explore the rest of the game here. That's right. Well, actually, after playing this one right here in Kokiri Forest, this one right here, this is the first one you see in the beginning of the game, and I remember the very first time like I saw this like as a 7 or 8 year old kid. I had no idea what this was for, and it was really puzzled me, is all I will say. But there you go. There is the Golden Skulltula. Do be careful not to get hit. As you can see, I was trying to crouch stab it. That's done by holding down the R button and pressing B without Z targeting. And there, apparently I wasn't close enough to plant the magic bean. Alright, now things are going to start to get crazy, because I'm pretty much going to explore most of this land here. So a lot of this video, again, will be sped up, so I'm literally going to be all over the place in this game. That's right, it's going to be a little bit crazy. Okay, next destination is Goron City, Death Mountain. If you need more bugs, go ahead and cut the grass there and swipe them up in a bottle so you can get more bugs. Okay, so here we are in Goron City, and now there isn't one in Goron City itself, but actually in front of the Dodongo's Cavern. You may have noticed it whenever, you know, we were going to complete that dungeon. So now it's actually time to collect the Golden Skulltula, as well as, you know, plant the magic bean there. But the interesting thing about these magic beans is that he doesn't even tell you what they are for or what they do. You just kind of have to figure that out yourself, I suppose. Kill the Tektites if they get in your way. They most likely will. Alright, here is this one here. Yeah, I sped this up too. So what? Alright, the backflip wasn't necessary. It was just to, you know, get out of the way. Alright, here's this Golden Skulltula, and I wasn't close enough again this time. Alright, now the next destination, this is the one of two that's on Death Mountain. The other one actually is not accessible to me right now, and I won't be getting it for later on in this walkthrough. Alright, so now the next destination is the graveyard. So, you may have been to the graveyard before, but now, actually, you know, this is the... well, not the last thing. There really is no last thing in the graveyard. Well, there is, but it's not for now. I probably could have done this a better way, but I just decided to focus one video on, you know, the soft soil spots and magic beans, and another video, and the previous video on just other side quests, like other grinding and stuff. This is another place you can go to get bugs. This is another guaranteed place underneath the rock right there in the graveyard. So, what you want to do right here is you want to come over to this soft soil spot, and then go ahead and, well, you get the idea. We've done this so much now. I don't know why I didn't speed this up either. I could have, but whatever. Now this one actually, they didn't go in the hole, so I had to drop them again. So I just want to point that out too. They sometimes can not go in the hole, but that's not very common. It just happened because I swiped up the wrong bug. Normally there'll be one of three that is designated to go in the hole, and I think I scooped up the one that was designated to go in the hole, so whoopsie. Anyway, plant the magic bean here, and then it groweth. Okay, that is it for the graveyard and Kokiri Village. Now, the next destination is very, very far to the west, and, well, the southwest. So, Lake Hylia. So you may have been to Lake Hylia. Matter of fact, I was. I went fishing there, as well as, you know, got a couple pieces of heart there. So, been a very, very long time since we have been there, but now it is time to make our way there. So, but first, I wanted to go ahead and finish collecting the last 100 rupees I need to buy the last magic bean. So go ahead and just jump off of that chain again, and then you can, you know, fast travel. Well, there isn't really a fast travel in this game just yet. So, Z target and walk backwards, I guess, to go back to the mouth of Zora's River. The stout children shouldn't be an issue. They can't swim, so they just die in the water. Anyway, go ahead and cut this grass for any other collectibles you may want to pick up. And here he is, the magic bean salesman. So the last one is 100 rupees. That is an awful lot of money, considering what rupees cost, or the value of rupees in real life. I would imagine that this guy is probably a multi-billionaire right now. Anyway, that aside, now I'm going to go ahead and take the shortcut actually, Lake Hylia. And you may have noticed that I got an interruption text bubble right there as I was standing on that log. Don't worry about that right now. That is for a side quest later on in the game that I will do. Alright, go ahead and make your ways up to Zora's domain, and be careful not to fall down here, or you'll just have to climb up again. So just go ahead and play Zelda's Lullaby to actually be able to enter Zora's domain, and then, well, after this, like the cutscene, go ahead and jump in there, and you remember the shortcut. You just have to get in the water and then swim down to Lake Hylia. Alright, now that I'm here, and if you haven't already, I would go ahead and play, or make up a 8-note song for the scarecrows to the east there. I did that a couple videos ago. If you haven't done it, I would highly suggest you do it, because later on in the game, they will help you out a lot for certain collectibles, as well as, actually, it is necessary to beat the game in certain places. So definitely go ahead and do that if you haven't already. If you don't quite understand what I was talking about, then check out a few videos back to where I did it. That should be part 9 of this walkthrough. I believe I did it. Anyway, go ahead and collect that Golden Skulltula token, and go ahead and plant the magic beans into this hole. And that is it for Lake Hylia, at least for right now, because I'll be coming back here later on. Okay, with that aside, go ahead and go to Hyrule Field here, and there are a couple of things to do before reaching our next destination. So, you may have noticed that I've been to every single one of those exits on the Hyrule Field, except the one to the far west. So that is where I'm going right now. But as you just saw, that flying thing in the air just popped out. That is a pea hat. So, It is an enemy, and you actually may have noticed one that's near the entrance to the Kokiri Forest. That one is very short range. This one is very long ranged, at least from certain angles it can see you. And so it shoots out those little ones, and you just have to, you know... The only way they can die is if they, you know, hit the ground, because, well, they don't really fly, they just glide. So come over to this circle of rocks right here, and then blow up the center with a bomb. Now that we have the Stone of Agony, we can go ahead and figure that out. Of course, I'm playing on an emulator, so I can't actually feel the vibrations. Alright, so you come down here and you'll see there are 3 walls of cobweb. So, you probably did not think to do this, but go ahead and equip Din's Fire and use it. Alright, with this one burned down, there is a Golden Skulltula right here inside of this, I don't know, room here. It's not really a room, it's just this one area that juts out. Okay. And there's also a cow here too, so if you want some Lon Lon milk, you can go ahead and play Epona's song for the cow, and then it will give you some free milk, which is very nice. And there's a gossip stone over here. It's not really worth something, I just wanted to hit it. He's just telling me that it's 1909 or 709 if you don't use a 24-hour clock. Anyway, now this video isn't sped up right now because I am actually introducing a new area in the game that we have not been to yet. And it's been a very long time actually since we've really gone somewhere new. It's been a few videos, but I mean, it'd be quite interesting. This right here says Gerudo Valley, so let's just take his word for it and continue on. Very funky, very catchy music, I know. I love it too. So, very interesting area in this game. Now, this area does have the day-night cycle, even though it doesn't play the same music as Hyrule Field. I don't know, but it does have the day-night cycle here. But I want to show a couple of things off before the important stuff. There are a few collectibles here other than, you know, what I originally came here for, but I'll show that off first. So this right here, as you can see, well, there's a Gerudo here, and Gerudo, they actually are a different race in Hyrule. They are a race of only women, and, well, that's as much as we know right now. Anyway, on this one plank here, I guess that's what they have for a bridge, they should get inspiration by the actual bridge that goes over the very deep canyon. Go ahead and play the sun song on this plank to change the time to night, and then would you look at that? Right here, there's a Golden Skulltula that I cannot get with the boomerang very well. If I was playing this on an actual Nintendo 64, I would, but this emulator is just way too sensitive sometimes. Okay, go ahead and collect that token there, and that was it for right here. Now, there are a few things to collect in this canyon down here that I will show off. You can read the sign. It says, "No diving allowed." It won't do you any good. Well, I probably could have figured that out on my own. So if you see that tiny ledge right there with a box on it, yeah, that is where I'm going. Now, this may be hard for new players. It was actually really hard for me up until just recently whenever I figured out how to do it. Take this Cucco, jump off this ledge, and glide with it. And do not press the A button until you are over this. Or actually, what you want to do is keep it there. Shield drop it with R, break the box, pick it up, drop it again, grab the piece of heart, skip the text, and then quickly pick up the Cucco. I know that was a mouthful, but very, very hard to do, believe it or not. If you fail, then you just have to... You'll just land in the water, and then you'll have to come back here. If you do land in the water, it flows downstream to Lake Hylia, so you'll just have to make that voyage from Lake Hylia all the way back up to here, which is not that bad, but I mean, it takes a few minutes, really. So that's why I just figured out how to do this. So I don't expect you to get it in your first try. I mean, don't expect yourself to get it either. If you do, hey, that's awesome. Then you're pretty good, because it took me a very long time to do that properly. And now I try and do it every single time. So down here you see there's a Gerudo and a cow. How they are down here is beyond me, but they're here. Anyway, this is the last soil spot that I can get to. Oh, actually, wait, no. I stand corrected. I'm going to eat my own words on that one. So, go ahead and do that. Actually, wait, yes. It is the last one we can get to right now. Sorry. I was thinking of something else. I haven't actually planted the bean yet, and I got confused. Okay, so I'm going to let my bugs go for this time, because as for right now, I'm going to leave the bottle empty, as it will help me for a side quest in the game later on. Now, I actually forgot to get something while I was recording, so I had to come back and then make this little separate recording just to get this thing. As you notice from that box I got with that piece of heart, it completed another heart container, and I actually totally forgot that there is also something else I can collect here as well. So this waterfall may not look very suspicious, but you come over to it and you look, and there's a ladder, and it goes up into a small hole right there in the wall. Now I wanted to point out that, look at this, the water is coming just out of the wall. That's not exactly realistic, but whatever, it's a video game, who cares? Go ahead and climb up this very, very high ladder, and look at this, I'm completely dry over here, the flat wall. And looky, piece of heart. Look at that. Made a very weird sound. That's because I think the first part of the sound was interrupted by something else. I don't know. Once you're done with that, go ahead and jump back down here into the water, and, well, I'm just going to get back onto land. So if you do end up diving, you can climb onto this if you don't use the cucco to get down here. That's totally fine. It's just not required. I just like to do that trick just because it saves me a tremendous amount of time, and it is very helpful to me. Okay, now that this is done, I wanted to talk to this Gerudo here, and yeah, I guess she doesn't really know what she's doing down here either. She doesn't really say anything useful. I just want to show that off. You can roll into this box right here. It doesn't really have anything useful. It's just 1 rupee. Nothing that'll help me out. That's fine, I suppose. Okay, jump down here into the current. Jump down, Link will scream, and let's swim back down to Lake Hylia. There are 2 more things to get here in Lake Hylia, so strap yourselves in. And I know this has been a very, very, very long and in-depth video, or at least it was before I did editing. Before speeding up clips, this video was like 36 minutes of footage, as well as the other, like, minute and a half or whatever it was of the heart piece I forgot. So this is quite a long video of here, but not the longest video I've ever uploaded. Anyway, come over to the back right here of this building right here, which is the Lakeside Laboratory. I don't think I actually mentioned that yet. And actually, it may not look very suspicious, and okay, I don't know what was going on with my frame rate there, but I had some issues. So just play the sun song to change the time to night, and then right here on the back corner of the house here, again, please mind the frame rate. I was trying to, I don't know, it didn't look like this while I was playing. Okay, so go ahead and kill the Golden Skulltula with either your slingshot or boomerang, whichever you prefer. And then, quickly, if you can make it in time, I'm speeding up the video just to show you that it kind of takes a while to get there. You come over to this other island way out far. There's a tree and then this pedestal here. So come swim all the way out here to this small isle here, and then, would you look at that? Another Golden Skulltula. So that is the last Golden Skulltula I will get in this video. So if you followed along, this brings up to 12 Golden Skulltulas. That's right, I collected 12 Golden Skulltulas at this video. I was at 30 by the time this video started, and now I'm at 42. So yeah, let's go collect our reward from that. And also, I wanted to show off Kapor Gabor right here. Well, I know you probably can't stand him at this point. I don't blame you, but here's Kapor Gabor. He's just sitting on this grave. Yeah, for some reason there's just a random grave here. I don't really know who said, hey, I want to be buried on an island that connects 2 bridges over a beautiful lake. That's, I don't know. Anyway, so you can talk to him and he will tell you that he is on his way back to the castle, so you can take a ride up on his talons with him, and it plays another one of these cutscenes, just like the one where he was in the, we were on Death Mountain and he took us down to Kokiri Village. So, I guess forget the, forget showing off Hyrule Field, I guess. Whatever, we're in Hyrule Field, so let's go and collect our reward for 40 Golden Skulltula tokens. Now, if you're a new-time player, I recommend you just get 10 more, or at least in my case now 8 more, because I have 42. And then you can stop at 50 if you really want to. The other rewards after 50 really aren't anything worth it, so you can just stop there. Anyway, here in the House of Skulltula, go ahead and talk to this last one, and the curse has been broken. Give me a reward. You get Bombchus now. Much like in the Bombchu bowling alley, now you can use these outside. They're not really helpful, but you can use them when you want. That concludes this part here, so thank you all for watching. I hope it helped you out. So join me in the next video where we have yet even more side quests.